Hi, my name is Devashish Sharma. I graduated from UWE Bristol in 2017, where I studied construction project management. Currently, I live in Jaipur and I run a building information modeling consulting company called Cresire, in which we support architectural engineering construction professionals across the globe. Some of the countries we serve in is USA, UK, Australia, Italy, France, and now in Greece as well. From the beginning, I was inspired by the idea of creation, like imagining buildings and bringing into reality. That always fascinated me. Beyond being good at mathematics, I was into music and sports, but later in my life I got motivated by the idea of creativity. So making it a good blend of mathematics, technical knowledge and creativity, civil engineering felt like the best domain for me to grow, where I can use my imagination and creativity to bring my imagination into the real world. So by the end of my third year, I realized that a successful project is not only about designing beams and columns, but it is much more. It is about having a successful procurement, construction management, and facilities management activities going hand in hand when a project goes on site. So that really motivated me to think about how to build my career or shape my career, and I was always keen in learning more about the construction processes. So I opted for construction management. So during my undergrad study, I had an opportunity to visit Bristol, and I loved it as a city because it had a blend of countryside, harborside, as well as a great nightlife. So knowing that University of West of England was offering construction management course was a cherry on the cake. So that was a very easy decision to move to Bristol for a master's. So if I have to define my experience in one word, that would be fulfilling, because the course not only offered knowledge in theory format, the course was structured in a manner that we were expected to get into practical projects, group projects, which went beyond studying construction management, but making good bonds with people across the globe. That not only helped me broaden my horizon of thinking, but also helped me make some great friends across the globe and some great connections. So I would say my favorite module was BIM in design and construction practices, because that was the first time when I was introduced to BIM, and I was really fascinated by the idea that the design can go from 2D to 6D, learning that there is 3D, 4D, 5D different dimensions in BIM, and we can actually implement them right from the conceptual design stage till procurement stage, and having the course divided into a module and a group project really provided a great insight into how BIM is implemented in a real construction project. So student representative experience was really good. I was able to bond with my fellow students and my lecturers and our professors. So initially it was just some meetings which I had to attend and take the opinions of the fellow students to the professors, and also able to understand what's happening in the university. Later on in my study, I realized that was very important to not only build good connections, but it was also very good to develop my leadership skills. I would say the late night group projects, academically, it was fulfilling that we were working together as a team, but late night coffees and sitting out with friends and working on the project at the same time was very fulfilling and very nice experience at UWE. It was really good. Right from the beginning, the university was very supportive. There was student desks. If we have any problems, they were really helpful and supportive. The library was really good. We would sit for hours and look for the right study materials and look for the right time. And the systems and everything was very well organized in a manner that we never felt away from home. During my MSc only, I was introduced to BIM. Before that, I had no idea what BIM was. Till the time I got it in my modules in both of my semesters, BIM really opened my eyes that construction can be seen in a different way. And not only that, I was the group leader of my BIM project at UWE, and in my thesis, which was on construction project cost and time overruns and how to control them, I actually researched about BIM and implemented in my research study. I never knew that I'll be making my career in BIM, but that was the foundation that I laid at UWE to make my career in BIM in future. I would say leadership skills and making international relations with people, which is helping me in my current role, because currently I'm communicating with architectural, engineering, construction, laser surveying professionals across the globe, like from very different countries who speak different languages. And being an international student and studying with people across the globe really gave me an exposure to be able to communicate with people across the globe. So BIM is the future of construction. It's not just me saying, but it's the whole construction industry saying, because the idea of getting digitalized construction models, they are not only supporting new constructions, but they are also facilitating the renovation, retrofit, historical preservation projects, which is not only saving construction cost and time overruns, but they're also promoting sustainability across the globe. So as a professional, I feel that BIM will not only digitalize the construction industry, but will also promote the sustainability factor into the construction. And UWE, knowing that BIM was my master's course and I studied sustainability there, so it gave me a huge exposure to this new perspective of my life, that the sustainability in BIM could be the future of construction industry. So before entering my construction management course, I knew that cost and time overruns are big impact or a big problem in construction industry. A successful construction project does not go hand in hand with cost and time. It is usually overrun by certain budget and timeline. So getting into construction management, the idea was to learn some great ways to how to successfully deliver a construction project. Of course, there is a margin of construction cost and time overruns, but having good construction management activities and BIM in place really controls those risks before project goes on site. And at UWE had some great modules in which we were able to understand not only how to implement construction management activities in design workflows, but also for facilities management and operations. So the digital transformation is already happening in developed countries like the USA, UK, and other European countries and Australia. People are already getting digital in construction, not only for new construction projects, but also for renovation projects. They are getting their building laser scanned and getting point cloud data to convert them into usable BIM models. That is just a simple idea to have all the details accessible in a single model for future renovation or potential facilities management. And having BIM or a single digital model in hand not only promotes that you will be having a successful renovation project in future, but if anything goes wrong in a building, you have accessible information in a single place. And people at UWE or any student making career in construction industry, whether in the UK or anywhere else in the world, and it's very important for them to know that BIM or any other digital twinning or laser scan to BIM, everything is already there in the construction industry. Well, they're not very well marketed, or they're not very common at the moment, but this is going to be the future at some point in the construction industry. So whenever I think about my course or my 1 year at UWE in Bristol, I always remember the kind of friends I made there. Beyond, of course, the great academics and the great courses, the people I met were across the globe. They were from the UK, France, Egypt, India, you name it, from every country. And having made those bonds, not just as professional connections, but as close friends, we had like great group projects together, and we went out on the weekends. The harbor side was amazing in Bristol. We had some great places to have dinner with, to hang out with friends, and amazing pubs to hang out with friends. So those memories are very dear to me, and it's whenever I think about UWE Bristol, that always comes in my mind. So my advice to any new student trying to make their career in the UK in construction industry especially, I would say just don't go for conventional careers. There are a lot of unconventional things happening in construction, like BIM, digital twinning, laser scan to BIM. So construction industry is not only limited to just normal surveying, engineering or architecture, but there are many new roles like BIM manager, BIM coordinator, laser surveyor, drone pilots, and they are not only in the UK but across the world. So as a BIM professional and a founder of a BIM company, I always motivate my new engineers who have no idea about BIM but they are great in software to be able to communicate what the main purpose of BIM is, which is not only 3D modeling. So if you are good at software, that does not necessarily mean you'll be good in BIM. For that, you'll have to go through the process of higher education in building information modeling, construction management or sustainability, so that you can connect the dots. And it's not only connecting the dots forward. Once you move forward, learn some skills, and then move back and just connect it with what experience you have gained, you'll be able to bring those ideas in the practical world, and that will not only take you for a longer run, but it will also open some new potentials which you have not recognized till now and which you will do after 10 years.